Hey, Neil, so you just got off the phone with Apple CEO Tim Cook on earnings. And despite the fact that you saw a record September quarter, the world's biggest company is not immune to the global supply chain crisis and also the global chip shortage. So Tim Cook is saying that in reference to that very strong performance in that quarter, it was despite larger, he says, than expected supply constraints, which we estimate to be around $6 billion. The supply constraints that were driven by industry-wide chip shortages and COVID-related manufacturing disruptions in Southeast Asia. Now, we also got some rare guidance here from Apple, something that they haven't been doing during the entire COVID era. And they're saying, Tim Cook is saying that the December quarter will be an all-time high. If we can bring up this quote for you, best quarter ever. But here's the big but. We expect supply constraints to be greater than the September quarter. And there are longer wait times for the iPhone 13 than we would like right now. And that's part of the supply constraints that we've been talking about. Now, when I asked him also about the outlook for the U.S. economy, I think this is very telling. And tell me what you think, Neil. But Tim Cook says that I don't know right now is a real answer to that. I want to be optimistic, but it's a little unclear to me where it's going. So if the world's biggest company, which you can argue probably has the most pricing control over its suppliers, makes its own chips, and of course is well known for its innovative zero inventory supply chain, if they're being impacted and it'll get worse in December, that means pretty much every company around the world is probably feeling the same pain right now.
You know what's odd about it, though, Susan? Up until we heard from Amazon and Apple, I mean, it's been steady as she goes through most of these earnings we've gotten for the third quarter, with very few companies reporting or telegraphing, nightmarish possibilities. Now you have these two guys, and they're huge, saying, yeah, some big problems. It's interesting.
Yeah, but wouldn't you also say, Neil, when you're $2 trillion in value, you also have pretty high, lofty expectations placed on you by Wall Street and the markets. If you dive deeper into those Apple numbers, I mean, $84 billion in sales in 3 months, $20 billion in record profit in 3 months. And also, they're still selling a lot of iPhone 13s, and they have a lot of cash on the balance sheet of close to $200 billion.
Yeah, someone was telling me they make more off of their app business than most Fortune 500 companies make on everything in a year. It's amazing.
Did you know that all segments, sorry, just one more point, all segments of their business are now a Fortune 100 company on their own. Isn't that incredible?
Is that right?
AirPods Max, iPhones. Incredible.
Yeah. To keep those pods in your ear, though, they always fall out of mine. I don't know. That's a separate issue. Susan, thank you very much. Susan Li.